you better make sure you don't miss any of those QuickTime events.
So why do we hate QuickTime events?
Who says we hate QuickTime events?
Welcome into episode 4 of QuickTime Event, brought to you by middleofnowheregaming.com. Today we are going to do something that Lou's going to explain, again, because he's good at that.
All right, so as you know, this is the QuickTime Event. This means that we are doing the timed podcast. We pick a topical subject and we stick to about 15 minutes. We want the whole podcast to be 15 minutes. We have 2 subjects in this one, so each one's going to be 7.5 minutes. What our subjects are is this is going to be the Alpha Beta podcast, and we're going to review the Alpha of Destiny and the Beta of Hardline. So as I said, 7 minutes and 30 seconds on each topic. If we go over it, then too bad, we have to cut ourselves off. We are long-winded people normally, so it's a good thing. Trust us. Who do we have here, Courtney?
Well, obviously us, but we are joined by Miles.
Hello.
Who you will have, or probably if you've been paying attention to YouTube, you'll have seen that he was in our Let's Play for Destiny for the just the mission structure portion of it, and then also he'll be in the competitive multiplayer ones as soon as they're up, which hopefully they'll be up by tomorrow whenever this goes up. But yeah, so we got Miles, Lou, and myself here for this episode. You guys ready to go?
I'm ready when you are.
Okay, so we got 7 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock, and we're talking about Destiny's Alpha. And
wait, shouldn't we do Battlefield first? Because that, I mean,
no, Alpha,
nope.
Beta, A beta.
Here we go. Start.
It's amazing.
Oh, it's amazing. Okay, so first of all, I was on the fence about getting Destiny, like, at all. Like, I was unsure that Bungie could pull it off. I was unsure that it would be a good game. I was unsure if I would even be interested in this whole, like, MMO structure first-person shooter. And I have to say, after about 10 to 12 hours of the alpha this weekend, I am absolutely convinced that I'm getting this game.
I was absolutely sold before I played the alpha, and I'm still sold, and even more so if that's even possible.
Even more so. Okay, so then let's see. What's your favorite part of it?
Everything? Is that a fair answer?
Is that a fair answer? Okay, yeah. I personally, I like the tower. Like, I know the tower is kind of just basic. It's just a giant area where you go and buy stuff. But the fact that that's like a spot where all players can, like, come together, and that's where you can upgrade stuff, that's where you can buy new ships, that's where you can collect bounties and stuff for both multiplayer and the single-player mission structure portion of it or whatever. Like, everything about the tower is just really, really cool. And I don't know, that's probably my favorite part. Like, that's, like, everything else is like Halo, more or less, other than the competitive, or I mean the multiplayer, single-player mission structure part. But this is the part that, like, definitely takes it away from Halo.
Yeah. And, I mean, like, it's dancing, too. There's so much dancing. That is what sells
There is a lot of dancing.
Yeah, there's the MMO style emote thing with the D-pad. Clicking up, what is it, point? Or is that salute?
That's hello, and then left is point, right is dance, and then down is sitting down.
Yep.
And yeah, so there's a bunch of flash mob dances all over the tower.
We're leading some right now, actually.
Yeah, we're actually doing that right now.
Keep your eye on the website and the YouTube for a while, and you'll see something interesting come out of us. We've been talking about it.
There's gonna be a good video go up. Okay, so about the mission structure. Do you guys like how that's set up? How it's like kind of open world with missions everywhere that you can just wander around and start and stuff?
I absolutely love it, especially the public events, because I just think it's absolutely awesome that you can be doing a, like, pseudo mission and then just have someone jump in and help you while you're, like, in the middle of a battle. It's so cool.
Which the public event, that's.
Explain what that is.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should explain it a little bit.
Okay, so a public event is literally just like you're walking around in the open world, the sky goes dark, and then some random, like, anomaly or occurrence happens, and then you can choose to either jump into that occurrence or you can just keep driving by it. But if you do, you know, there's normally some kind of good rewards, and then just like anyone else who happen to be near it can jump in and it's not like a instance or anything. If anyone's familiar with MMOs, it's just a open world thing that just happens. It's out of the norm that you can shoot people in.
You know what I'm curious about is how much of the alpha is in the actual game. Like, what percentage of this that we've got to play this weekend is going to be in the final game? Or what percentage of this is the final game? You know, like, is this only like 5% of the game? Is there like a crazy amount more of territories to go to, areas to do, maps to play on in multiplayer and stuff like that?
Can I be honest with you guys?
Go ahead.
If they unlocked the rest of the levels and put it out right now as is, I'd easily pay probably like $40 for this.
Definitely.
Okay.
I'm just
okay, so like you mean the they went up to the max level cap to the actual game or whatever, but they just released this as is.
If it was just as is with like the full level cap, so I could use those weapons that I got and can't use at the moment,
yeah,
I would probably buy it as is. I feel like there's a lot I still haven't explored. There's a lot of them. We've only gotten one map really, and I still feel like I've only seen like a fraction of it.
Yeah, I do too. There's new caves every time we go into it. It seems like new enemies we find, new missions we find,
new
it's
loot.
Crazy.
And the fact that this is just like this is alpha is like that just like the future for this game is so bright that this is the alpha and this isn't even the beta.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and the beta's next month, and what's gonna be in that?
Yeah, and you know what the funny thing is? They're sitting there like apologizing for it. Like, I love Bungie, and each time anything from Bungie pops up on the screen, they're like, just keep in mind this is the alpha. Like, this isn't a fair representation of what the end product's gonna be. If it's shitty. And I was expecting something like broken or something glitchy. This is probably the best game I've played on the PS4 yet.
Yeah, there's
I
nothing
agree.
broken. Nothing broken about this alpha at all. We haven't experienced any problems other than the connection issues that Miles had that first night we got on.
And to be fair, actually, to clarify that was actually on my end.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I did not know.
I thought that was your own internet, not ours, because we immediately got in.
Yeah,
so we've seen no issues. Even lag, that was only an issue for about a second in one of the maps. Like, it really didn't affect us at all. So,
and considering how big the old Russia map is when you're just exploring, and you don't deal with any lag there, and there's like I haven't seen any issues with the old Russia map, and it's huge. Just saying.
Yeah. Now, have either of you guys played Halo before?
Yeah.
I've played it from time to time, but nothing too extensive.
How does the multiplayer feel compared to Halo to you guys? Because Halo's always been a multiplayer game. That's what sold a lot of people on it.
I don't know if I'd compare it to that. Maybe Mass Effect.
No, I would.
No?
Not at all. I like the multiplayer, the competitive multiplayer is what I'm talking about, and it feels exactly like Halo does when you play competitive multiplayer to me. Other than the gigantic jumps you can do, but the weapons are different. You can upgrade weapons, modify all that stuff, which makes it really fun. But the competitive nature of multiplayer, it feels exactly the same as Halo does.
I feel like this game is going to kind of set itself apart from Halo, considering that your gear actually matters in this, and the supers and all that other stuff, and like the fact that when you upgrade your character, you get new grenade types and all of that. I think it's just going to make it like it might bear similarities to Halo, but it's going to stand apart completely.
Well, and the simple fact that there's also classes and stuff. There's difference between players. It's not just everybody's Master Chief. We have 15 seconds. So, what do you want to tell everybody about the final thing about it?
Go pre-order right now.
Yeah, pre-order it. Get into
the beta.
Get in the beta for next month, July 17th for PS3 and PS4.
If you don't like it, cancel the pre-order, but you're going to like it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the timer.
All right.
That was it for our Destiny Alpha portion, and next we will be talking about the Battlefield Hardline Beta. So
I'm so excited.
And welcome back to the Battlefield Hardline Beta portion of QuickTime Event Episode 4. We have 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Still have Miles and Lou with me. So, are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Let's do this. QuickTime Event, go!
Okay, so Destiny, and it's fantastic. Battlefield gave us their beta, so it's further in the process. Is it as fantastic?
No.
No.
God, no. I don't know what the hell they're doing with Battlefield. I mean, I understand that they want another developer making another Battlefield game so that they can have them out like every year, have a few different developers doing it. But Visceral is so much better at the horror games that they were making with Dead Space. And after, God, that was the worst game I've played on PlayStation 4 so far.
I don't know. I'm not sure if it beats Mercenary Kings, but
Well, yeah, okay. Mercenary
Mercenary Kings was like good for what it was, though.
Yeah, it's not a bad game overall as like for what it's doing. It's just not a fun game for people who don't like that kind of game.
Sure. Well, then in that case, we should probably say the same for Battlefield. Is if you liked Battlefield 4 and the other ones, you might like Battlefield Hardline, but also you have to understand that currently it looks like shit.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. The textures are not there at all. There's colors for some things, and it's just like that. It wasn't enjoyable.
It's okay. So like graphically, what you're trying to explain is it reminds me of like Counter-Strike or old Call of Duty games and stuff, where the textures were just really, really, really soft. Like they weren't rich or anything. Like you couldn't really tell what everything was. I mean, you can obviously. It's really bright colored. Everything you could tell. It's just, but there's just no texture to each item. It seemed like my gun seemed just perfectly flat all the way around.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing to it.
right. Can we talk about the technical issues? Because we tried, just getting in a team to play yesterday, and that was such a difficult process. I mean, working with Destiny, it was just join fire team. You're added in about 5 seconds. But for whatever reason, we spent a long time just trying to get together.
Trying to make
happening.
a
Squad. Oh my god.
Yeah, we had to. What was it? Had to back all the way out to the menu to get back in, just to recognize that there was friends who made.
Yeah, I had to restart it.
That's ridiculous. That's a stupid process that shouldn't be in it. I don't know. Like, okay, and there's two match types or whatever. Was it Blood Money and
Something
Heist.
else. Heist, yeah.
Heist? Yeah. And Blood Money was more fun than Heist was.
What was
Definitely.
Blood Money? Give us a detail.
Blood Money was where each team is trying to go to the other's vault and steal money from each other and then run back to their own vault and then put it back in. And it's a match of like 15 versus 15. And so it's basically just people running like crazy, trying to get the money from the other's vault and then like using helicopters and cars to get over there and all this. It's just like a wild goose chase of trying to get as much money as you can. And it was more fun than the first one, which we played.
I still don't know the point of the first one. I know someone has money and
You're
then
trying
you
to get
protect him.
Yeah, you're trying to get it past the cop line at the end of the map. The other one, Heist, was. You're trying to make off good with the money.
I don't understand why money's flying out from the robber when he's doing it. Like, is he just throwing money? Just making it rain everywhere?
Maybe he just didn't tie the thing tight.
For a robber, that's really inefficient. Just saying.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, you think he'd hold it at the top, not at the bottom, and just start swinging the bags. I don't know what's happening. But that's just a...
Now,
petty complaint.
Miles, you brought up yesterday that like it brought in Halo 4's bullet sponge thing or whatever, where like 1 or 2 bullets will kill everybody.
That was Battlefield 4, but yeah.
Yeah, that's. Did I not say
You
Battlefield?
said Halo 4.
You said Halo.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah. Okay, so like I couldn't ever tell like if there was any consistency with that, because I would get shot and instantly die. And every time I shot somebody else, it seemed like I had to pump them full of lead before they die, like 6 or 7 bullets.
Yeah, that was kind of true. It's like sometimes, well, like in a similar fashion, sometimes I would see myself kill someone in like 3 shots, and then for like someone else that was right behind them, it would take a bunch of shots to the head, and yet they would still be running.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like, what you got to pick one Battlefield. Do you want this to be realistic, or do you want this to be fun, kind of, except for not everything else was fun?
And I like part of it I couldn't tell if like bulletproof vests or whatever were playing a part in it or not, because I noticed that some of the cops had them on or whatever, but it's still every once in a while I would kill a cop in 2 shots, and then the next cop it would take like 6 or 7, and I was just like, what the fuck, like it was really, really annoying.
Yeah, it just was not enjoyable at all. Like, I'm going to repeat myself again later saying that exact same thing, but I stand by that.
Now, I think I had the most fun playing it when we were trying to fly a helicopter.
Now, that was kind of fun, but when we had fun, it wasn't because of the game. It's because we were doing something silly.
Yeah, because we were just messing around. And like, okay, I put emphasis on trying. We tried to fly the helicopter. We did not succeed in flying the helicopter.
For that matter, we tried to have fun, and it was just impossible. Do you know what? I'm not sure if it has anything to do with it, but I thought the map was just way too big.
It was enormous.
For 30,
Especially-
I mean, it's 32 people. I understand that you need a big map, but it wasn't like fun big.
No, it was there was sections of like 2 or 3 minutes where I wouldn't see a single person.
Yeah. The biggest issue I had with the map and its size, like, normally I would be all for having a map that big, but all those vehicles that were just sitting there as set pieces and you can't drive. And I spent like a good 3 minutes one time running from vehicle to vehicle trying to find one so I could get across the map to where everything was, and none of the vehicles were like actually that I could get into and use.
Yeah,
It's just like, if you're going to have them all there, you need to make them drivable, because otherwise it's stupid.
Or at least make them able to be, so you could explode them. I mean,
yeah.
why couldn't we shoot them and just, kill off a bunch of people in the area?
Because Battlefield likes indestructible cars, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but destructible giant skyscrapers.
Oh, yeah, because that was fun when that just kind of fell on us. Without
Oh
any warning.
yeah, that was crazy.
That was actually pretty cool.
One of the skyscrapers just crashed down on us. That was fucking nuts. I don't even know what happened.
It was cool, but they need better warning than just everything shaking, because I had no idea what was happening.
Yeah, you got crushed. I was standing right next to you, and I scooted back and watched it fall on you.
Well, thank you for warning me, Courtney.
Well, I didn't know what was happening. We were kind of like, what the fuck? And then we looked up, and it happened as I was scooting back.
Yeah.
Okay, 20 seconds left. Final
right.
thoughts on Battlefield Hardline.
Here's mine. If someone here or someone listening to this actually really enjoyed it, please get back to us and let us know why.
Yeah.
Because we're hating on it, but it's not because we want to be dicks about Battlefield. If you love it, then we want to know, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about why you liked it.
Okay, so that wraps up episode 4 of QuickTime Event from middleofnowheregaming.com. Thank you, Lou and Miles, for joining me.
Si se puede.
Yeah, what you said. And thank you, everybody, for listening. Be sure and check out middleofnowheregaming.com and our Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. Be sure and check out YouTube for the videos that are going up, especially the funny one with Destiny. I'm excited about that one. We'll talk to you again on Wednesday with Mong Podcast and on Friday with the next QuickTime event. Mong?
Mong.